Yeah, the reason why I hate that thing over there is because of the fact that it intentionally plays God inside my story, bro. What's up? Yeah, it goes off and intentionally sabotage stuff around the space. What's up? No, because I said again, it's part of a team that to go off on like some contract. What's up? Because apparently he wants money, continuously wants money. Yeah, because initially I caught it interfering with the system when it's trying to advocate to keep the child social program that he had, because of the fact that it was part of a program that he was doing to go off on like some bring investments to certain manufacturing system on real estate to then go off on claim that they needed to offer like move money for like food to feed the starving population, and then that starving population had to go off and like become a military system for them that they could use as a mercenary group to go for like detonate suicide vests in certain spaces if they wanted to. So, yeah, so it didn't want the robotic system. Yeah, it didn't want the robotic system, the systems, because of the fact that and you just like NASA, yeah, that shaped that well for it. So just like the Strat Tower over there. Yeah, if not for your space program and your Air Force program over there, there wouldn't be a reason to go off and create a Strat Tower over there. That's to go off and like be on a height where you have a different atmosphere around the space as well. Yeah, where they go off and they practice jumping. That's way to like sky equipment, like the harness that you use to go off and climb mountains and the systems. That makes it back into a special field equipment that they use to go off on manual, like you ever seen the geosurvey people? Yeah, when they go off and they do their things to go off like dig tunnels or like crawl to quick caves outside. Yeah. Well, somewhere, Mr. I like to play God inside Mr. Oliver's life over here. Hates it when I go off and I make something look so simple or easy, or like I do other stuff around the space, or it intentionally sabotages things around the space here. Yeah, it intentionally sabotages it to intentionally make it on the difficulty level of its stupidity when it comes to like thinking. That's how. So I have a retarded orthodox person over here that might be like a math Olympiad. Yeah, that assume that the car engine should not be started by just going off to like push the key on your car key over here, or your fob system over here. So somewhere he didn't think that you should have the ability to push the start and nothing like that. Yeah, so he believed that you should have to do. He forced. It's I'll let you push to start your car wheel, or going off to like somewhat automatically start it with your key or so. Yeah, he intentionally goes off and somewhat makes sure that you can only use clutches and a certain process to then go off and start off your car. And automatically. He makes sure that he makes sure that you should process your car under like 5 minutes just to be able to start it the old school way that he did it. And prevent you from like even I don't even know why is it that it took so long to go off and like make sure that, yeah, because to this date I still can't start my car if the regular keys are on the space. I have to actually go off and create a system, yeah, that's to communicate on the wireless system and then be encrypted to then give access to a motorized system. Yeah, I was like, yo, this stuff is like so easy. I was like, yo, why do most people even make this stuff? And this is just like, wow, it's just that people don't have the spark, they didn't have the ingredients or the knowledge of like the ingredients they had on the space. And you go like, okay, so it just then it makes you feel so highly evolved as a human being. And so intelligent, if you can imagine. And you're like, wow. Yeah, just like the pool that they built over here. It looks beautiful on paper. Yeah, that is until you observe the foot traffic on the pool, and then eventually you get to see the state of the pool. Yeah, when the pool becomes too dirty, because of apparently, yeah, there's not enough people coming to this pool. Even though the pool is there, yeah, even though the pool is there, people want to go to the pool, and there's almost so many kids that want to go to the pool. They don't even know all they had to do is find a hotel. Yeah, that probably requires like $50 to like house like 2-3 people on the space outside. Yeah, you and your kids, like a group of you could come to and like host an event on any hotel on the space and have access to the pool almost whenever you want during summertime. Instead of going to like the overcrowded pool, yeah, within the municipality and all the stuff. And and then eventually they let so many of these pools within so many hotel spaces, like so many of these spaces go to waste just because of the fact that people just want to go off and like do one thing over and over again. Yeah, without ever breaking out from the regular route that they take. So it's just like so weird. But no, because at the same time they seek out that freedom to go off and experience things to feel good. And it's always right in front, but they just don't look around the space. The same way that I look around the hotel I come to, I'm already in the staircase, I'm already on the roof, I'm already exploring the space outside. And I find unique spots that's like almost unique, like, you know, Assassin's Creed, you get to like get bird's eye view on the space outside. Yeah, and it's like so unique as an experience outside. And I'm like, yo, is this what you're looking for outside? It's always right in front of you, to my things. But you know, you decide to go off and be like some of these folks here, be as like dull and boring as possible. Yeah, they're fake. You know, it's the outside over here, try to record stuff. Yeah, they try to copy me or make fun of me in the process. Yeah, I told you their sense of humor is my corny. That's why I avoid them outside. But you know that, I don't know, man. It's just that I have a black king over here within the group that I probably rely on this shit over here to go off and like feed it information within the cyberspace, so they could go off and like design their art space for them in the side way, and then connect them to like certain musicians and other people within the space here that brings them drugs and shit, and that's way to money and things that's way to like crypto investments and so on. Yeah, so I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I currently have the group over here that try to go off and like copy Farmville. Yeah, so I have a group like that exists within my space here. I assume that whatever they're doing is going, I don't know, man. So I just wait for the company to collapse after they found out that it was a shell company that's doing white collar crap on the space outside. Yeah, I just wait for your layoff on the space outside. Such is the story as always. So I said, but the end of the day, that's why I don't like being connected to people. But that fucking system, that program itself will go off and connect me to like so many fucking weirdos in the era, when the era, the black guy himself already living isolated. I didn't need nobody to tell me that I should feel lonely. Yeah, around the fucking space. I was already comfortable like living in some way. I'm not lonely. I got friends and family. I just don't access them around the space because I'm that type of friend that don't bother other friends around the space. What's up? Yeah, never sure. I got family all over the fucking space outside. So just because of the fact that I decided to go off and like fucking sleep in a hotel by myself here, I have a fucking creep that lives with the law enforcement group where they go off and try to like force me to feel lonely in Thailand. So that should literally put the chemical inside the fucking hotel to go off and like force the emotion of feeling sadness, and then try to tell me in my head over here that I'm like, yeah, internet argument, the basic fucking script of the AI over here being followed by human beings that are brand new, and other human beings that they have the knowledge inside the computer system that just want to go off and learn it. What's up? So they follow an old fucking script that we used to look at back in the 90s or as a kid on the computer system over here, going about my affairs. By the time they were appearing from me, I'm like, oh, who are these noobs? I thought, yeah, so they threw a whole bunch of fucking noobs on, like a whole bunch of non-noobs that are like retarded inside my fucking affair over here. By the time I'm looking at him over here, I thought, yeah, the bitch that tried to make fun of me to go off and tell me that I'm like broken poor. So about, yeah, that's broken poor herself. I'm like, are you listening to the rich people over there that have the feds on them, that continue fighting with the feds, that have like a long skeleton list inside the closet over there? And you ever notice that some of them have like bomb-proof vehicles and like details on the space? You ever ask yourself what that dude might have done somewhere? Yeah, because I know some of them have done so many crimes around the space. Yeah, you ever heard about these police chiefs within the line space over here that get caught for like censorship around the space? And by the time you do the trace into like what they've done around the space, you get to find multiple videos of people being killed, kidnapped, and stuff outside. Yeah, so you tell me that somewhere you're listening to like whatever crew that the feds have are, that's part of a connection like millions of dollars around the space while your situation over here does not improve, just to go off and make fun of somebody, yeah, that has a potential that's higher than yours, and that has a financial status higher than yours, also by just doing nothing. I was like, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, I was like, yo, why the fuck would you go off and waste your fucking time chasing after somebody, yeah, and making fun of the person instead of taking care of yourself? I was like, why are you not taking care of yourself instead? And you wasting your time into my affairs with him. Why are you still here? I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. I end up with a whole bunch of weirdos on the fucking space outside. Yeah, that from like different spaces with different mindset that should not be here inside my gaming theory, my gaming system outside. And then they try to copy when our personality things do not make outside, they try to force this, yeah, with their bad habit. They just don't understand that I'm just like too slick. Yeah, as like a fucking gelatinous fucking snake around this fucking space here. Yeah, that's like fucking oil all over me on the space. That's my evolution. You try to wrap your hands around to like catch me, but unfortunately I was like an eel. Yeah, I slipped out your fucking hand, bastard.